find with, like you said, with interesting people, is that they are vocal, and they then have this risk of, being heard, and either people will like you or they will not like you.
Sure.
And so therefore most of the people were quite, explicit in what they said and were voted out because of that. But just going back to your childhood again, I mean, before wearing that patch, you said that you still had that leadership quality.
Yes.
You were very
Yes.
confident.
Yes.
And from the point of wearing the patch to when it was taken off, you became quite, would you say,
That was
withdrawn?
a setback for me, yeah.
Withdrawn.
That was a setback.
How was it? And then what happened? I mean, once the patch was taken
I just
off,
took it off. I took it off to watch the World Cup in 1966. I asked my father if I could take it off to watch the television. He said yes, and I never put it on again. So 1966, I was 12.
And then were you back to the way you were?
I was, yes, I was. But then, part of that's acting, isn't it?
Yes.
Part of how you are in public is acting.
Yes.
What you really like inside is something different. As I told you, I have retained this complex of not enjoying being stared at. And that's pretty difficult in my line of work.
Yes. I mean, one of the things that I've learned, particularly being a Muslim, about control, and I grew up without a father, and I had to be very much in control of my life. And whenever I didn't get that control, I would react, either being very angry or, I think I wouldn't be silent, but I would definitely become angry and would want to go to the extremes. I would also have those extremes. But when I started to learn about Islam and learn about Allah and God, what I realized was that ultimately He's the one who had control. And it doesn't matter how I plan it. If He doesn't plan it, if the planning doesn't go according to His plan, then it's not going to work. And it's easier for me to accept that, to accept His plan and to let go, than to just hold on and to say, no, I have to be upset because things are not going my way. And what it showed me even more was this human side, that I'm a human being. And that's what makes me so perfect in a way, that human beings are imperfect. Do you feel that you're harsh to yourself? I mean, critics are very harsh to you, but would you say that you're quite critical of yourself too?
Yes, but I don't advertise it because I don't want to give my critics more ammunition. For example, I often say in interviews that, of course, I've made mistakes. I did an interview with a religious program yesterday for the BBC in which I said I have been a sinner, I have sinned. And of course they always say, well, what was your mistakes and what were the sins? And I always say, well, it wouldn't profit me to advertise them. God knows what they are, and I have to answer for them, but I don't have to broadcast them on the BBC. So yes, I am, I think, a harsh critic of myself, but I keep the internal self-criticism.
Have you forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you've made?
I don't think it's for me really to forgive. I think it's for God to forgive. I hope always, and maybe that's why I keep working hard, that what you did right will balance what you did wrong, and that you'll be forgiven for what you did wrong because of what you did right. That's the approach I take.
But would you say that when I started to realize the ultimate plan, the fact that He's in control, and when I don't have that control, I need to let go, I started to have a little bit of compassion for myself. Do you have compassion for yourself?
No, not really. For example, this very morning, I left my